All right, everybody, it's time to lay down for bed and listen to a story. It's time for the night chicken, and you don't want to miss that now, do you? I didn't think so. Now, if everybody is ready, let's begin. Hush now, little dreamer, and listen to the whisper of the autumn wind. On the night of October 15th, the air was sharp and smelled of pressed apples and coming cold, which meant the farm animals were carefully tallying their winter stores. Shy, the small, brave night chicken, was perched on a low branch of the old oak tree, her green eyes like polished emeralds reflecting the sliver of moon. Shorty the cat was cleaning the dust from his torn ear, and Skinny the raccoon, usually a picture of cheerful mischief, was vibrating with panic. "It gone, Shy, all of it." Skinny's voice was a frantic squeak, muffled by his red and white bandana. "The special late harvest kernels we hid for Biscuit-anxious winter snacks. I tucked them right by the third row of the cornfield, sealed up tight in the old feed sack." Shorty's green eyes snapped open. Gone? Before Shy could answer, the night was broken by the sound of furious muffled squawks and honks. Big Betty, the toughest hen in the coop, and Gale, the protective goose, were waddling toward them, led by a flickering lantern light held by Gale Beak. They looked distressed. "Night chicken ill," Gale hissed, dropping the lantern so it sputtered in the damp grass. "We found this near the cache spot. Explain yourself." Gale nudged a tiny, unmistakable black feather with her wing. It was the exact shade of midnight as Shy's own sleek plumage. But there was a cruel twist. The subtle silver marking, the tiny sign of the night chicken true heart, was absent. Suspicion travels faster than light in the dark. Big Betty muttered, eyeing Shy's shadow. "We depend on you to guard the night, not plunder the meager harvest for your own hideout." The unspoken accusation that the legendary night chicken was simply a greedy chicken looking out for herself was a cold ache in the damp air. Shorty immediately jumped to Shy's defense, sniffing the ground for scents. "Wait! The tracks are clumsy, too heavy for Shy's step." Skinny pointed to the cornfield. "And look! A trail of greasy stale crumbs. That smells of Rory Raccoon." Shy didn't look at the tracks or the feather, which was the very thing they wanted her to focus on. She looked at the wider picture, the betrayal in the air. Rory Raccoon, a scruffy cousin of Skinny's, was known for his cleverness and his sneaky nature. The deception was too perfect, which meant it was imperfect for the night chicken. The thief did not steal for warmth, but for confusion, Shy stated in a quiet, firm cluck. Her instincts, sharp as the frost forming on the grass, told her the thief wouldn't simply run away, he would leave a final poisonous twist. "Follow me." He will have tried to bury the evidence of his own guilt. Shy led them not toward the forest, but straight across the farmyard toward the woodpile, Skinny's favorite hiding spot. The logic was simple and cold. Rory wanted to ruin Shy and frame Skinny for the corn theft in one swift, wicked stroke. If Skinny was blamed, the farm would trust no one. They found Rory Raccoon near the woodpile, frantically trying to shove the bulging feed sack, clearly marked with biscuit name, deep inside a hollow log. He was wiping mud on his paws to look busy and innocent, but the telltale scent of stale pumpkin rind clung to him like cheap cologne. "Rory Raccoon!" Skinny shouted, his little hands clenched. Rory tried to spin a tale of finding the sack abandoned and trying to secure it, but Shy stepped into the moonbeam, her black feathers gleaming, and she simply looked at the pitiful fake black feather he had dropped near the cornfield. "You lack attention to detail," Rory Shy whispered, her voice carrying a weight that silenced the night. "The night chicken always carries a piece of the moon with her, a small silver mark. Your deception is cheap and clumsy." Rory's confident grin evaporated. He dropped the sack of corn with a heavy thump and scampered away into the hedgerow, defeated not by force, but by truth. Gail and Big Betty exchanged glances. Big Betty stepped forward, dipping her comb slightly. "My apologies, Night Chicken. We let fear make us doubt. It takes more than a black feather to fool a loyal heart." Shy just supervised Shorty and Skinny as they quickly and efficiently re-hid the winter corn in a much better spot under the old oak tree. She never sought praise or glory, only the peaceful safety of the night. As the moon began to dip, Shy knew that trust once earned was worth guarding more fiercely than any cache of kernels. And as for the Night Chicken, she was safe, watching over the sleeping farm, ready for whatever tomorrow darkness might bring. That's the end of tonight's story, and now comes my favorite part. Let's close our eyes, listen to some soft music, and dream about Shy's next adventure. And while she's out there defending the night, we can sleep easy, knowing she's there, keeping us safe. Sleep tight, everyone, and don't bite any bed bugs.